Hi everyone, my name is Mariah Flores, and this is my presentation and speech on the career of a flight attendant and the general life of what it means to become a flight attendant. So, during my speech, I want you to consider this question. Have you ever considered what life would be like if you spent most of your day working thousands of miles in the sky? And I want you to consider this question with the intention of answering it at the end of my speech and presentation on your own to yourself as to whether or not this could be an amazing career for someone like you. According to Simple Flying, the average flight attendant flies between 65 to 85 miles per month. That's on average of 12 to 14 days in the air. And that's not including time spent exploring destinations on layovers like Italy, Argentina, or Kenya, or even major cities in the United States, depending on where your flight route takes you. So, in this presentation, you will learn the general responsibilities, lifestyles, and perks of what it is like to be a flight attendant. Flight attending is a career that mixes adventure, service, and skill. It isn't just about passing out snacks or headphones or asking passengers to turn down their volume. In fact, flight attending is a very serious job that has to do with safety, and flight attendants are safety trained professionals that go through an extensive training course on not only professionalism but safety and services to ensure the best flight for all. In this speech, you will learn what it's like to be a flight attendant and to be able to consider on whether or not a career like this would be good for someone like you, as we discussed in the beginning. So, flight attending is a great career for someone who loves to travel. Flight attendants enjoy a career that offers a unique lifestyle, and they're often offered discounted or free flights depending on where they'll be flying, and it gives you an opportunity to travel and to visit multiple places in a year or even a month depending on where you'll be traveling to. As flight attendants arrive to their assigned destinations, layovers can range from 5 hours to several days, which can give you another opportunity to see the world. Many flight attendants enjoy the fact that they have a very flexible schedule and it offers a great amount of freedom. And while you may have to work a lot of weekends and major holidays, there are a lot of consecutive days off in flight attending, and it can be a very flexible schedule for someone who is in school or someone who lives a life that can be very busy at times. Another perk of being a flight attendant is that you can build a strong community. Crews become like family, especially on long haul international flights that take hours or even around half of a day to complete. Flight attending gives you the opportunity to build lifelong friendships with people in your cabin crew, passengers, or even people all over the globe, depending on where you'll be traveling. Being a flight attendant, though, is a serious job. It's not just about traveling and enjoying yourself, it's also about keeping the passengers, the crew, and yourself safe. Flight attendants are extensively and vigorously trained to ensure optimal safety. According to Simple Flying and the US Bureau of Statistics, before flight attendants get the opportunity to work, they undergo a 4 to 6 week and sometimes even 8 week of extensive training in services and emergency procedures. It depends on what airline you'll be flying for, but usually it's 4 to 8 weeks. Topics of this extensive training include CPR, first aid, evacuation techniques, fire response, and safety response, as well as learning to de escalate security threats and techniques on how to do that. Flight attendants truly are the first responders of the sky. Flight attendants deal with so many different situations on a day to day basis. While not all are very extreme, the extremities of a situation like this can be very, very daunting. Flight attendants handle in-air medical emergencies, general flight emergencies, in-air fires, and even in the worst cases, crashes. Flight attendants also manage general customer service experience. As a flight attendant, you must balance the duality of professionalism, authority, as well as kindness in order to ensure optimal safety. Flight attendants manage conflicts and represent the airline brand with every single interaction. So you want to make sure that you are being the best that you can be while on the job. Flight attending also comes with significant general challenges. There can be irregular hours, and jet lag can get to you. There's a mental and emotional toll of flight attending, and as well as the starting pay can be very low at around $35,000, and that depends on the airline. There's a big emotional aspect of flight attending, and staying composed is extremely stressful at times, but it is essential in order to complete your job and to complete it well. Now that you know what it's like and the general ins and outs of flight attending, I want you to hear a little bit about what it is like as a flight attendant from someone that I know that is a flight attendant. And these are the three things that he absolutely wanted me to share in my presentation. His name is Andy, and I met him on my way from back home from Costa Rica this past month, and we are now very good friends. He works for a very great airline, and he wanted you guys to know the three major essentials as to what it's like to be a flight attendant and what you really need to know. So, the first thing he wanted everyone to know is that flight attendant is harder than it looks. You have to want to do the job. It's an amazing opportunity, but it is work. And so while you're having all these amazing experiences, you do have to remember you're there to do a job, and you need to do your job well and to fulfill it and to ensure the safety of everyone as well as the enjoyment of the flight. Another thing that he wanted everyone to know, which is the last thing, is that flight attending is what you make it. You can get hired by the worst airline, you can get hired by the best airline, but it's what you make it for your personal experience as to being a flight attendant. So, in conclusion, life as a flight attendant is more than handing out snacks, drinks, thousands of miles in the air. Traveling the world while building unique relationships, connections, being trained in emergency responses, and customer care are all reasons as to why flight attendants are considered vital professionals in the sky. In a world dominated by technology, the emotional and human element of care, safety, and communication remain essential keys for flight attending. The next time that you're on a flight, take a look at the person around you and the first person that you see when entering your flight, assisting you, and see if it's a career that you would like to pursue. Talk to them. Have a good time with your flight attendant. And that is the end of my speech. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that I can persuade you to become a flight attendant. And I just want you to consider this. What would you do if you could travel thousands of miles in the sky every day for work?